Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Yeah, welcome guys, and thank you for my subscribers, and thank you for those that always leave a comment and like my videos. I appreciate that, guys. I really highly appreciate that. So today we're gonna talk about my basically my third host family, which just lasted like a 1 month period. So I'm gonna tell you about the story ish. It's gonna be a bit here and there, but I'm not a good storyteller, but I'm gonna do this for you guys, you know, for the yeah, I'm gonna do this. So yeah, I can't wear my glasses because I'm using the rim light, and it's a nightmare because the glasses reflect the rim light, and I don't like that. So I was at my family, my second family in Frankfurt, and by that time I had known my agent, which is also the agent was not mine per se, she was the agent of the families, right? So she was my agent, I mean. So I really used to vent to her and tell her everything that's going on, because she was the one that also like enlightened me about the rules and the do's and the do nots, and she was always telling me, do not do this, if this happens, it's not allowed, you know. She was the one besides me googling. So at this time, I think it was like end of April, by the beginning of April, my host family had found for the girls like an after school place, like after school where the kids can go do their homework, play and stuff like that, right? So at this point, it already started seeming like they don't need me, because now I was getting weird tasks to do and stuff like that, and I was just like, what's going on, you know, at the end of the day. But yeah, I was getting weird tasks handed to me and stuff, and I was already like checking, something is not something. I need a water break, sorry guys. So at this point, like I was saying, I was getting weird tasks that I was not doing before and stuff like that, but it also, like, kids were not home, so I was kind of understanding too. There's certainly some things that I'm not supposed to do and stuff like that, but I was doing them, you know, at the end of the day. And fine, then after like come the end of April, my agent needed assistance. Yeah guys, sorry for my English. My agent needed assistance, right? My agent needed assistance because her au pair had left her. So, and now my house family don't need me. So she asked me first. And I was like, you know, at the end of the day, if it's a place that, I mean you're my agent, I'm gonna get along with you more, because I'm telling you what I'm going through every single time. So I was like, if it's okay with my host family, I don't have a problem as in coming, because you all need help with your daughter, and your daughter likes me, you know. The little girl liked me a lot. So I was like, I don't mind. I also like her. She's nice to be around. So fine. And then by this time, luckily, I had already started looking for a first year, like my next step, right? So I was already waiting on a response on my next step. Yeah, and I was supposed to end my au pair with my au pair contract a bit early with my family, but we were all waiting on the answer from where I'm right now, right? Because my current boss was on holiday, and we were waiting for him to come back, and then for me to start the process, and just to know date when I'm coming. And then we already communicated all these things with my host family, the original ones from Frankfurt, right? And then the agent came in and she was like, she needs help, blah, blah, blah. She spoke to my host mother, my husband was, no, it's cool, I don't have a problem with her, because I really don't also need her like that anymore, so she could go if she agrees, you know. I agreed. I mean, these people were at a point, and no, I agreed first, but then I came back to my host mom, and I was like, you know what, I kind of am having a weird feeling about this, and I really, actually, she's my agent, she has helped me so far, but I was having this weird feeling of I don't want to go, and I told my host mom, because we got open, like we used to talk, né? And I told her I don't want to go. I don't want to go. And then do you know what she said? She said, but like, I mean, you're gonna get paid there, and I can't afford you anymore. That topic had come already on the table. It was already there. So for me at that point, it felt like I had to go, you know, because the work that she apparently can't afford me, so I had to go. Every story has two sides, guys. In life, this is my side of my story, nah? So, end of April comes, I have to move. I even had to go. I even went out with my host mom the last day of my work day there with her, and like just like it was a really nice thing. I didn't want to go in the beginning, but a friend came. I made friends with people that would come and do their hair at my host mom's house, because she was a hairdresser, right? So there were like a lot of African people coming, and when those people were coming, I would help her plait and stuff, and they would see me, right? And then I made friends, I guess. And then there's one friend invited, like he was adamant at me going and go, guys, but I was like, you know what? Let me go. You know, girl was also kind of broke, so she didn't want to go. But I was like, let me go. You know, at the end of the day, you need a little bit of fun, you know. So we went to a little Afro Amapiano party in Frankfurt. It was really chilled. It's really fun. It was really, really, really fun. Because I like dancing, and I like, you know, when I go out, I like to dance and have fun most of the time. Not really just talk. I don't. When we go out, we must go dance and have fun. And when I come back, I must be tired, you know. So I had enjoyed myself the previous night. That's the feeling I like to have, and that's exactly what we did. And the next day, I had to travel, guys. Yo, I had to travel with my whole things again. So I stay home with all my stuff. Oh, forgot my English. With all my stuff again. So, but this was not really far away. I think before I left, my host dad was even like in Frankfurt. He was like, you know what, if anything is to happen, just come back home. And I was so relieved, and I was like, wow, okay, if this is that, and if anything happens, I always have a place to come back home to, you know, from his side. The agent came and got me there. We went with her car. I mean, she was driving a Beetle. I'm telling you, I was like, oh, I've never been in such a car. It was giving what it was supposed to give, you know. And yeah, and then I was kind of excited, you know, because like I said, I didn't get along with the other two kids. Like the small one I was, but the bigger one did not really like me for I don't know what reason. But this child really liked me. Like she liked being around me, and she was open, and you know, and she was just like 4 years old, I think. Yeah. And so I was excited about that part of like I will go to a child where I can get along with her and communicate with her. And, you know, it'll be just a little bit of a nicer scenery. That was going on in my head. Yeah. So I got there. She picked me up with the daughter, and the doctor was so excited to see me, guys. I was so happy. And I remember I was wearing a legging. I was in that legging phase in my life. I was wearing a legging. I don't like leggings currently anymore, but I was wearing a legging with this legging t-shirts, these longer ones, right? But this legging was I don't really see through my. It's this normal leggings from what shop is that? Kicks. It's a thick, but it's also not thin. I don't know how to prove it, but yeah, and I'm a thick girl, so in liking show your body shape, I guess. With my agent not tell me when we got to a house, I think you should change. Like, yo, sana. Me that used to walk around with, at home was, I used to wear biker tights back where I used to live in Frankfurt, because I'm at home, hello. And yeah, but then I was also wearing that legging when I was leaving home. Yeah. But the lady told me that, and I was like, what, you, sana? I want to change. Fine. When I got there, I was greeted by the men with a list of things to do. Mind you, my agent had made me believe, ne? She had made me believe that she told me when I traveled with them the previous December when I was on holiday. She asked me to travel with them to Netherlands, yeah, Netherlands to help him with the child. It was just for like a few days, man. It was not a long period of time. And yeah, and there she must not tell me. That was when we like officially met. And she told me, yeah, no, me, I pay my au pairs extra money if I ask them to do extra task. And yeah, so she told me that, and I was like, okay, at least at this list of things. So I did those things. My dad was cleaning up, and the people are rich. Oh, that man is rich. They are rich. Everything in that house is smart. Everything in that house looks expensive. I almost cursed. Looks expensive. Fine. I then cleaned like on top of cupboards. I'm telling you, they had a garden, they had a big garden behind the house. They had a pool, they had a jacuzzi, they had a what is it called, a tree house. Like they had a lot of stuff that just needed maintenance, you know. Fine, but I was doing bits and bits of everything of that, like watering the plants, you know, whatever the man was saying. I was doing. I had a list to do. I did that list. I finished it, and these people used to travel a lot. And this lady would tell me, we are going to Mauritius, and I'm so ashamed to say, but that time I didn't even know where Mauritius was. I knew it, but I didn't even know where it was, and I just don't have any interest in Mauritius. I could have not cared, you know. But she used to tell me, and she used to come tell me her things, like, but I was just like, this lady. But anyways, nevertheless, I used to go to Mauritius a lot. Like, they went like every second week. They went at home. I was home alone with the child. I used to do everything for the child. And on top of that, they gave me task. The only good thing about me, time. So I could plan whatever I wanted to do, you know. It's not like I'm always on a call out. They gave me time, like you work from this time to this time to do this, and you know, that is what I appreciated. But nevertheless, the task was still alone, and being alone with the child at home. I have to be up, call out when the child is there. I'm gonna call out the whole time, because if that child is actually sleeping now, I have to work and do stuff so that the child can sleep, and that was always the case. Fine. And then, like, I got a response from my FSU, right? And the man was like, you need a measles injection. And I told her, now, look, I need to go get a measles injection because it's one of the requirements for what I want to do next. And that was like a town that I don't know. It was in Koblenz. Yeah, I had to go. They live like a bit far from Koblenz, but the capital city and the doctors and everything were in Koblenz, right? So, and my doctor was not there. I had a doctor in Frankfurt. I didn't have a doctor in Koblenz. And also, I was very new to the whole medical aid, doctor, and everything in Germany, right? And so I told her so she could help me, right? But then she then said, no, she will call someone. No, she said she will try and get me an appointment, right? And I was like, oh, thank you. That would be so nice. And they were about to leave in 2 days. I think they were about to leave in 2 days when I told her. And then she then, then she didn't tell me anything the next day. And the day was ending and I asked her, now what happened? Because I need to go get that measles injection, you know. And then she started talking about, no, there are side effects and we are about to travel. What if you get sick and you can't take care of it with my child? And I was just like, oh, okay. But why? No, I actually said, why didn't you tell me that before? I actually said, why didn't you tell me that before? Now you told me that you will get me an appointment and now it's another story, like, you know. And then she just said, yeah, it's just the truth. And then she called my host mom, my from Frankfurt, and she was like, yeah, Joe-Dee is very unappreciative, and like, she doesn't want to follow what I'm saying and stuff. She basically just that is clear. Told my host mom what's going on, right? And I also went to my host mom after those 2 days. When they came back from their trip, I went to my host mom and I got that info, right? Did I get that in from my host mom or did I hear her? But I heard her talking. Yeah, I think I heard her talking. I didn't think she'd expect me there, and I heard her talking. And then, so I decided I'm gonna get it without her knowing. Because at the end of the day, this is my future. You can't with your, I'm not even going to be there for a long period of time, you know. There was nothing like I'm going to be there for 6 months. Yeah, no. So this is what I am planning towards doing. So you cannot stand in my way. So I went ahead and I got myself I asked my friend to help me. And I got an appointment there, and the doctor was like, no, there's no need for you to take directly the injection, or rather just let me take your blood and just check if you, if you have the, I don't know why I'm burping so much, sorry guys. If you have the injection already, because you had to have it, you had to get it when you're a child, since you are young, ne? Nah. She withdrew blood, and yeah, I had to wait for like a few days for the results to come back. I didn't tell them anything. I was like, okay, fine, no, I'm not telling these people anything, because instead of them helping me, it's more of like they're just worried about their benefits. And fair enough, ne? Fair enough. I mean, not everybody is willing to look over their benefit for the other person, right? So I was like, fair enough, I'm not just gonna tell them anything anymore. Don't, like, it's fine. So then I got my results, and the results stated that I had already gotten the measles when I was a child, so I did not have to take the injection again. And then I came back. They were there for like a few days, and then they traveled again. I was again alone with the child, and this was like, because they traveled like so often, the time that I've walked was already almost over a month, né? So when they come back after this week, I was supposed to go on a holiday. Like, this is like maybe like the 20th of May that they traveled for a week. So when they come back, I had to go. And in this span, I've already worked a month's hours, to say. And I was supposed to go when they come. And I used to go, like, immediately when they come, I go. Ne? Because I did not, yeah, it was my free time. I didn't want to be there. The people came back, and I had watered plants, guys. I had watered plants. Mind you, me, I don't know. I did not. Now I know something about plants. Back then I did not know, and I informed them. I informed them. I said, I don't know how much water to throw into a plant for me to know that it's enough. So just tell me, how much should I throw in? Maybe a cup, maybe a jug, maybe 1 liter, maybe 2 liters. Tell me so I know. This plant, you just put what? So things. I told them, and then they're like, just water. So when I went up there up the sauna, and they even had a sauna, my dear. Their sauna in office. Up there were also big plants in the upstairs room, and I went there and I watered the plant, and the soil looked very, very dry on the whole surrounding. Forgetting me, I poured the water throughout so that the soil can be wet. I didn't go back, right? I just poured, I cleaned, I went down. I never went back. There was nothing for me to go back for, right? And then they came, and then we credit, everything was fine. Everything was nice. I did everything. They were happy. But then, so when they came, I went to go get a shower, and so I was with my little, I finished showering, and I was with my gown, right, going to my room. And so I was now coming out of the bathroom with my little towel, hence I took my shower, I'm going, people are back, I can go. So I'm here with my towel and my shower gel and whatnot, and then the man came to me. And then he was like, yeah, you have to come upstairs and see what you have done. I hope your insurance can afford everything that you have cost us. And the man was going on, and I'm telling the man, you know what? Let me just go change quickly. I was literally standing. I felt so vulnerable because I was even just holding my gown. I didn't even do the whole tiny shanty, what. I was just holding my gown, and I was like, you know what? Let me just quickly go change, and then I come. You know, I don't know what's going on. I don't even know why you are shouting at me. But let me just quickly go change, and then I come up with clothes. No, you must come see now that what you have done must go. I hope your insurance can cover. And it was just the man going on shouting in my face. And I said, okay, but let me go see what I've done. He didn't even see what it was, you know. And then I got there. I saw the lady was mopping water. The water's not even that big, bro. But the water hit the plant was here, and then next to the plant there was like an old speaker, and then an old cupboard, and then the water went under these two things, so the things got wet on the bottom. I don't know if the speaker stopped working because they didn't test it when I was there, right? So I was like, and the man was still shouting, and I looked at the lady and I said, can I just go change, please? I'm very sorry for what I've done. Let me just go change, and then we do this while I'm properly dressed, And then the man was still shouting, the lady was, stop now. And then I cried, and I went to the room. And in the room I was still soaking, and I was just putting myself together, and he came and he was like, yeah, he knocked, and he was like, yeah, you must come help me clean up the thing and change the flower, what is it called, bloom pot? Flower, but the flower stays in flower pot. Yeah, the tree stays, that's a big tree, it's not even a flower, I would say. And then I said, I'll come when I'm done. I answered to him, I'll come when I'm done, because my thing was, you know what, let's cry, finish preparing yourself, Sana. So when you step out of this room, you go help whatever you do, you go out of the door, exit after you've spoken to them. You don't still have to come downstairs. So I went up, and by the time that I got to them, they had already shunted the thing, already fixed the things and things like that. And then I just went up and I just asked for apologies again. I just said, no, I didn't know what happened, and I didn't do it on purpose. I'm very, very sorry. I didn't know what I didn't. And also, guys, I had so much up my sleeve to do, There's so much things. It was basically like running a house, and then I also had a child, and that was big and smart, and you have to use certain things certain way, and so I was just like, yo, Sana. And so I went for a few days. I was off for a few days, so I went to spend those days at my friends. And then I was just there like asking for advice, and just like, just gathering myself. Kucha, this really happened, Sana. I felt so vulnerable. I was like, if these people can do this, like for me, the big no, and it's not like only those things happened, guys. It's not like just those things happened, but those were like the big, that was like the biggest factor for me. And my thing was, I was so vulnerable I was just wearing a gown, guys, and this man is just, he didn't allow me to I felt violated, to be honest. I felt so violated. And for me, it's what I want to show, I show. But, for me, it's a sacred place. Let's just say that. And then, when I got back, I had already set my mind as I need to talk to these people. So I sent her a message and I said, can we please sit down and talk? When I got back, they were there, so I sat down with them. And this was actually the first time we actually spoke about anything regarding my working. Like, as I said, we have never spoken about what I'm gonna make, what is what, nothing, I just came with the other rules that I had from the other house here, continue. So then this man, it was me sitting the man and then the woman across me. And then I told them, like, you know what, I'm really very sorry for everything that I've done, but like I feel very violated as into how you came to me and I was telling you, can I please go wear something just to come talk, and you were still going on me and shouting at me while I'm just basically almost naked, just holding my gown in the way that you're going on. I'm very, very violated about that. And it's not like I knew it and I did it on purpose, and I apologized. And then the man was like, that's not a biggie. Like, he's like, it's the man was like, that was his reaction. It was like, that's nothing big, And then the woman explained to me, no, people here are very different from us, from Africa. And I was like, but I'm from Africa. That's what I said, but I am from Africa. But yeah. And so I continued and I asked, okay, fine. So far I've worked so long. This is almost over a month spent. And the extra things that I've done, how much am I actually getting paid? I asked. And then the lady was like, the man was all on answering me, mind you. The man was like, no, you get paid the normal salary for a au pair. And I was like, yeah, I know that, but the extra things that I've done, I was like, no, it's included. And the man had this like a guarani sort of, and I was like, oh, so okay. But and I looked at the lady and I said, but you told me something else, you know. You had made me believe something else. That's why I didn't even question you, because we have been speaking. I thought that me and you were the same WhatsApp. I didn't say WhatsApp group, but I thought me and you, we had like, you had told me that if you do something extra, you pay, and I had that understanding. As hence to what I used to just do anything and everything that you tell me, because that's what I thought, you know. And then she was like, she didn't say anything. The man was just like, but you're just getting paid the normal salary, guys. I don't remember everything, like, but I remember the important parts, and that's what matters. And then I was like, yo, Sana, I didn't know. And I looked at the lady and I told her, like, you are the one that taught me what I should do and what I should not do. You are the one person that I would confide in and tell what's going on, and you are the one telling me you don't have to do this, you don't have to do this, this is not allowed, and this, you know. You are the one that has taught me. The information that I have, most of it comes from you. So how are you violating the information that you have given me? Like, and when you called me, I was talking to you. Why is it now that I'm talking to your husband? Why? Because me, I don't know your husband, and I really do not want to like back and forth with your husband. It's not a thing that I like to do with men. Men, I respect them, and I do not want to. Even the woman I respected, but she's a woman, and she had made me believe. So I could tell her what I'm thinking, you know. But with a man, and the aura is very different, and I don't even know this man like that. So I told her, why is it that your husband is talking to me now, and you're not talking anymore? And what happened to the things that you told me? Why is everything now just, I feel so lied to. I feel like you guys didn't have the truth from the beginning. And if that was the case, why didn't you sit me down and tell me that? Because you had made me believe something else. And then she was like, yeah, you Opes are very ungrateful, and yeah, you're getting paid what you're supposed to, and like, yeah. And then I was like, okay, if that's the case, let's just do this. You called me to come help you with your child. Kidding, let me stay and help you just with your child. I don't even need to eat your food. I don't want to touch your house things anymore, because I can't afford them. I can't afford the vacuum you're working with. I can't. So if I break something by mistake and this happens, I don't want. So let's do this. Let me just take care of the child that you called and asked me for, and let me not touch your house things. I don't even have to eat here. It's fine. And I'll buy my own food. It's fine. And then the mother was like, no, you have to work and you have to do the au pair duties. And I was like, with this, no. If that's the case, guys, let me just take my things and leave your house right now. And that was like 8 o'clock or something like that in the evening. And I was like, let me just take my things, you know, and go out of this house like I came. Because I was like, what the, you know. But then I was like, you know what? Let me just take my things and go out of your house. Because like, you didn't tell me that it's gonna be like this. And I stood up and I went to the room and I cried. Because my thing was like, you know, if these people are not like honest, they're not honest, you know. So my thing was, what else can they do? You know, they could even wake up tomorrow and say I have stolen something, you know, or they can say I have broken what, you know. I was kind of scared in that moment, and something just told me. It was not something that I was like, that I thought of, like, let me leave them. No, that's nothing that I thought of. In a moment, the trust that I had was just broken, and I was like, what else can happen? I'm already not in my father's land. I don't have family near me. So what else can happen? Let me just take my things and go. Ne? To end further problems. And mind you, she needed me for her child because she was working the next day and there was no one at home and so that. But I was like, you know what? Let me just go. And I called and I cried and I cried and I cried and I called my friend and I was like, please come help me. Like, you know what happened? This and this and this happened. I have to leave this house right now. Can you please come help me? My friend called me an Uber, and the Uber got me. I went to the Bahnhof, and I didn't even have money. I didn't even have money on me. Oh, and my friends got me at the Bahnhof, and I went to my friend's house, and I was so stressed. For those 2 weeks, I was very stressed, But luckily, I was starting the form, what is it called? The documents for this episode place. So I was in the process of things being sent to me sending things back, so everything can work out smoothly and blah, blah. And then I sent everything in the next 3 days at my friend's house, helped me, and I finished everything that was needed to be done. And then I sent everything in, and I called my boss, actually, the one that's now my boss. I called him and I said, can I start a month earlier than we had spoken about, because I'm in a situation where I need to start early, because I had to pay my insurance myself, and I just wanted to be okay, man, just to have income and stuff like that, right? So I called him, and I was supposed to start in October initially, but I asked him if I can start in July. So this is end of May. These things are happening end of May. So then, I said to my friend, I even didn't tell my aunt. I have 2 aunts this side where I am right now, but I didn't even tell anyone anything. I just told my friend, and I have that thing of I need to get a solution of a situation first before I ask someone else for help. So I was like, let me first figure out the whole episode thing, and then I tell my aunt what's going on, right? Fine. And then I called my aunt in a week, after a week I think, and I was like, you know what, I need money to go to you, because I left my au pair. I left a lady's house, and I need money to go back. And she was like, yeah, just come home. I don't want you to be staying in people's houses, just come home. She sent me the money for the ticket. I bought the ticket. I came after a while, because I was very stressed, guys. I just needed to, just to get to a place where I was okay. I was not okay, I was very, very stressed of, when you don't know what's coming up, what's coming next. It's really stressful, especially if you're not in your country. So I was really very, very stressed, and I just wanted to just drink and have fun. I wasn't even eating properly. It was a whole entire, not 2 weeks. And then I came here, and when I came here, my aunt and my 2 aunts got me at the Bahnhof, and then it was a weird type of a vibe going on, right? But I was like, what happened? I didn't tell them most of the story yet, so what's going on? And then we got home, but I came very, very late, so when we got home, we just slept. The next morning at breakfast, my aunt is like, why did you leave the people's house? Why are you not taking things serious? And she's all on me, as if I did something wrong. And one thing about me is, it hurts me a lot, or it will make me cry. It will make me cry if you accuse me falsely. I should do something and you accuse me, and it won't bring tears to me or hurt me, right? But if you're accusing me of something that I believe I'm not wrong at, guys, it hurts me very, very bad. So I cried, and I said, you didn't even ask me. I don't remember the whole conversation, but I said, you didn't ask me what happened. And what you only, so mind you, my agent had called my aunt, and my agent had told my aunt things. She basically identified my name also at my aunt, and she also did the same thing to my host mom. But luckily, when I left her house, and in that 1 week span, I had already visited my host mom, because she had to do my hair. My host mom from Frankfurt, right? She had to do my hair, so I was at her house, and my agent called while I was sitting, and I already told my host mom about what's going on, nah? And then she just called, and she told my host mom, Joe-Dee's leaving. You don't even know where Joe-Dee's living. You should be very careful. We don't know, these things can bring problems to your name. She's under you. She was spicing up, and then but my host mom, when she called, she acted like I was not there, and she put her on speaker, so I heard everything she said. And I told my host mom, in any sense, if you need me to tell you where I am, I can send you my location anytime. That's not a problem. Because why? I'm telling you what I'm doing and where I'm planning to go. So if you ever need my location, I can send it to you on a heartbeat. That's not a problem. And then my host mom was also a bit sad. I could feel that she kind of believed, or should I say, like, I mean, but like if somebody tells you something like that, I was like, no, you would also think about it. And then my aunt was also told some other things, like, she didn't really tell my aunt exactly the reason why I left completely. She was just like, I'm not ungrateful, I guess. I'm grateful, and I just left her house, and I was picked up by a car, and how does Joe-Dee know someone that can afford a car, and you know, and she went to and then this time that she was here, she was going where, and yeah, you know. And then my aunt, she says that she defended me. And she was like, all in all, I know Joe-Dee, and she does the job that you give her, and I would never throw Joe-Dee away. She's my family in another country, so I wouldn't throw Joe-Dee away. And she stood by my side, né? But she believed. Towards the aunt, she stood by my side. Towards the OP, she stood... Towards the agent, she stood by my side. But with me, she was kind of pissed because of... She didn't also know my side also. And I cried, and I told her my side, and she didn't believe me. And I told her, like, you know, I still have to... And the agent's husband said I have to pay for those 2 things that were damaged. The speaker in the cupboard, I had to pay so that they can buy second-hand 2 things. So I had to pay 150, is it 40 or 50 euros, because he was not leaving me alone. The man kept texting me and going on, you know, and I told her all these things, and you know, she didn't believe me. She heard me, but she didn't believe me. And I just told her, you know, all in all, you can have communication with my agent, but... And in this time, my agent was looking for a family for my cousin that wanted to come, right? And I just told my aunt, all in all, you guys are in communication. I don't have a problem with that. But just don't talk about me. When she asks anything about me, you don't know. Just answer you don't know. Because I do not want anything about that lady in my life. No. And then a little while passed. And then the agent again turned against my cousin that wanted to come. Like, she called her host, she got her host family, she spoke with those family and my cousin were fine. They wanted to finalize everything. Then my agent called the host mom and told her, yeah, that girl is not good, you should just get another girl. I have another girl from her country for you and stuff like that. So then my aunt was like, oh, Joe-Dee, you're saying the truth, you know. At the end of the day, this agent of yours is very basically two-sided, you know. This is people that you call two-sided. It's very dangerous. So then, yeah, it was very, very difficult, that one also. It happened like this, man. It happened so unexpectedly and so fast. But you know, God has a plan in store for everything that happens to us, right? That was the one thing I was praying for, was like, God, you know, you and me, you came here before me, you know. You know what I want. You know my heart's desire. You know, if I was wrong, God, then forgive me. You know, I had my conversation with God, you know. This is where I believed. This is where I started believing that, you know, not everybody wants the best for you. And some people just really want to use you for the time that you are available, or like they just want to use you as much as they can, right? And so I was like, but it happened. My boss replied, I got the job. He said I can come start in in July. That was in March. What's March? It was in June. So God was very faithful, and I got this place and I moved here, and I was just like, I'm gonna start all over. It was not easy, guys. It is not easy to be in another country. This is like 2 very different worlds. I came from Namibia and Germany. It's 2 different worlds. Like, it's not easy. It's not easy on you mentally. It's not easy on you physically. It's not easy, guys. And the one thing that has kept me sane, I would say, is me believing in God. Honestly speaking, I would say one thing that has kept me sane is me believing in God, because, guys, it's not easy. It's 100% doable, and But yeah, that's my story about me moving to my agent's house and apparently helping her out at the period that she needed help. So yeah, what do you guys think about that story? Please comment down below and tell me what you guys think. What would you have done in my case if you were put in my shoes and this happened to you and you had to sit down with them and talk? What would you have done apart from leaving? Because I left, and if you would have left, then you also just say you'd also have left. But like, what would you have done? I didn't even say bye to the pretty little girl, you know. That also kind of broke my heart a bit because I really liked her. But yeah, hey, here I am. I moved on. I am grateful for that experience also, because I have learned from it, you know. At the end of the day, I've learned in that I can't take back. So guys, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. Please like, please leave a comment. Like I said, let's communicate. And what should I call you guys? Should I just keep saying guys? Not liking that a bit. So what should I call you? Should I be saying guys when I'm talking to you? Yeah, please answer that as well, and have a great day. Bye.